We stone. We stone. We streaming. We streaming. We stone. We stone. We streaming. We streaming. Can't do this motherfucker. Like, yeah. Yeah. All my niggas in the chat and we also hot. It's fun. Stone. Stone. Stream. 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 Stone. Stone. Stream. Stone. 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 Stream. Stream. Stone. All my niggas in the chat and we like hot. It's fun. All my niggas gon' get that shit and roll. Yeah. We stone. We stone. We streaming and streaming. We stone. We stone and streaming. Yeah. Getting to the money, gotta get into the bag like yeah. Yeah. Roll up, play the motherfucker, breathe like yeah. Yeah. All my niggas in the chat, they hot as fuck. Yeah. Getting to the bag like yeah. All my niggas, we stone to streaming. All my niggas, we getting to the cheesing. All my niggas, we breathing. Ain't gon' stop going to stop breathing.
What it motherfucking do be? It's your boy right to say motherfucking playing.
Hey, I seen you over there dancing, nigga. Chosen, what's up? You got too much.
Hey, look, man, that's what happens when you don't go to sleep until like 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. Have to go to work at like 7:30 in the morning and drink Monster all day. So, nigga, I'm full of Monsters.
Yeah.
Full of Monster.
Oh, yeah.
So, I got something for that. We're going to slow it down just a bit right now. No, this is just a weeder, not a jeter. Weeder!
Weeder. I want to do a strain called Wheaties. Better eat your Wheaties. Better smoke your Wheaties.
I was talking to this dude from my area named Secretly Free. Yeah, outdoor grower.
I think he subscribed to me.
He might be. And he runs, right now he's running Acapulco Gold. And he had crossed it to something else, man.
And he's free.
He was like, I'm going to call this Pink Gold. I was like, okay, that's tight. Well, I thought that Rose Gold would have sounded good, but he was saying it's already someone who got that name.
Rose!
And then I was like, well, shit, what about Acapulco Rose? That shit sound kind of tight, too.
It's a flower from Acapulco.
Right now, man, I'm smoking on some... Now, I already know what you're going to say.
What?
I already know what you're going to say. I'm smoking on some...
I don't know.
Peyton.
For 3!
But you know I don't like Gary Payton. I fucking hate Gary Payton. And, yeah, man.
I'm smoking on a little bit of Gary Coleman.
Oh, yeah? Well, I'll one up you. I've got some Black Gary right here.
Black Gary? What's that cross? What is that called? Black Gary. Shout out to Black G, by the way.
Shout out to Black G.
Black Gerald. Yeah, man. You don't even be watching. You don't watch shit except for memes, right? Like you don't even watch no like YouTube shows and shit. Like you don't watch.
Man, you know that's the thing, man.
Shit, do you?
It's pretty bad because I don't. I used to, man. I ain't gonna lie, man. You know I used to be on the YouTube shit all the time, but like I think what happened was I had immersed myself too deeply. So two things happened. One, I immersed myself too deeply, and then two, like I got another YouTube. I say this shit all the time, and that shit is nothing but, you know, shit like Vlad TV, ESPN, like all the regular like entertainment type shit. And I got another one that's nothing but weed. Where I get it for you, weed is your entertainment, right? But my
I
thing is,
don't know why I
if
was
I get
separated.
if I get too deep into one thing, like that shit becomes almost like oppressive. Not to say that we was oppressive, but it's like, man, I'm sitting here with 3, 4 different fucking spaces, trying to manage all this shit, live a regular life, and I'm supposed to watch weed on TV. No, nigga, when I'm done with my garden, I'm done with everyone's garden. You said, and that's pretty much how I was. You know what I mean? And I think a lot of it kind of happened when, like, we used to make regular posts on YouTube. You know what I mean? Videos and shit. And when the weed community kind of went sour, yeah, we still kept posting, but it was kind of hard to not act like this shit did not affect, or that there was not like an effect or like a lack of community, if you will. That's one of the reasons why I even like to make videos and had a weed tube, because I like the whole community of it. John Henry Clark. What book is that? Hold on. That's not Destruction of African Civilization, is it? A lot of people like John Clark. He has some good stuff. Man, it's just like that. You know what I'm saying? For instance, like, bro, I used to be into all of that shit. I used to like to read a lot of good ass books and shit like that. Man, half the niggas I couldn't even name no more. You know what I'm saying? But I done read a lot of their works. Like, you got Sheikh Anta Diop. You know what I mean? You got Brother Ben Yakanan. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of great people who have written literature, if you will, whether it's factual, fictional, whatever the case. Most of these writers are, like non-fiction writers and shit like that. So, but yeah, man, I used to be like knee deep in all of that shit. I could have told you every book, damn near told you where to find shit on what page, but nigga, I'm so far out of that shit. I'm even further out of that than I am of weed, because I was in that type of community or atmosphere before I really started with the weed tip and shit like that.
Boy, you already know my shit is weed and video games, my nigga. I can just combine everything, like, and I stopped posting videos once we started doing this fucking show. This show literally killed my channel in terms of like uploads and shit like that. This is just a podcast channel at this point. I don't even do shit like that.
Yeah,
You
man.
you've been causing trouble your whole life, it would seem, huh, Levanita? Get out right now.
Hell
And we
yeah,
need to,
Columbo.
and we need to speak to your mother.
Yeah, man. I tell you one thing, man. You know what this shirt make me think? Every time I put on this shirt,
What?
this old Cobra Kai shirt, man. This shit make me think, hey, nigga, stop shopping at Walmart. You ever walk by an 8-year-old little kid and they got on the same shirt you got? And you like, goddamn, you like
You
Cobra
like
Kai
Cobra
too, huh?
Kai too?
You like
Boy,
Cobra
don't
Kai
you?
too?
Boy, don't
Sweet
you
the
see?
leg.
That's the one thing. That shit ain't even made for kids. No, like toys ain't made for kids no more, man. Toys made for collectors at this point, nigga. Ain't no kid paying $50 for an action figure, nigga.
That's true. That make you wonder what's gonna happen when. Well, I ain't gonna say that, man, because kids' toys, man, they'll always be kids' toys as long as there's some kind of motherfucking show or some shit. You know what I'm saying? So I remember when Little Man was around and shit. That motherfucker was into Paw Patrol. Then that shit turned into Dino Bots or Dino something. And then before that it was Paw Patrol, Dino whatever, PJ Mask. And like when the kids get into some shit, man, they be into that shit. So it's like, hey man, they got a whole bunch of just this, or he got a whole bunch of this, or a whole bunch of this. You know what I'm saying? You like, God damn, nigga got the PJ Masks chair, PJ Masks table, PJ
You
Masks
already know.
TV. Motherfucker got a PJ Masks haircut. Nigga got a PJ Masks lunch. Nigga, nigga, you are PJ Masks at this point. You know what I'm saying?
Man, my nephew too. He put on his Spider Man outfit and they said, "Don't call me. I'm Spider Man." Hey, we was watching the Spider Man because you know they got a Spider Man and his Amazing Friends. That shit is back out. I sat that nigga down ahead. I'm watching the shit from the '70s, nigga. The shit I was watching, nigga. Spider Man, Iceman, and Firestarter. He was watching it. He was watching that shit too. He was watching that shit. He was fucking with it like hard. I'm like, okay, I go fuck with you. And I just got to get him on that old school He Man because you know they're my two favorite nigga, He Man and Transformers. You know I already showed you my drunk He Man. You know what I'm saying? So like, I fucks with shit like this. So
Man, that's who that was.
yeah, that was He Man. Actually, it was He Skeletor.
I was about to say that nigga was purple. He man was white as hell.
Yeah, this is He. This is He Skeletor. They
Man,
got a He
who is the
Skeletor.
best? Who is the best character on He Man? I'm
Moss
about to
Man,
see.
cause that nigga
I'm
was
about to see if you
green,
know your
nigga.
He Man shit. Who?
Moss Man, cause that nigga was green, nigga. Moss Man, fuck that. That nigga was all green, nigga. That
Nigga,
nigga
you know
was
who else
green.
was all green? It was better than Moss Man. Battle Cat. I'll take the cat over that nigga.
Nah, man, cause
That
he
nigga
wasn't
Moss.
shit. He wasn't shit, nigga. Without the sword, without He Man, he was just cringer, nigga. He was just a scary ass cat, nigga. Moss Man had that fire, nigga, and he was in the trap all the time. We gonna start. Yep, Toxic Crusaders. That's another good one. I be high a lot, so I watch a lot of cartoons, play a lot of video games. That's my shit. But I do all of that shit under the same umbrella. When I go in people chat rooms, I go in their chat rooms under the same shit, right? Shout out to all the other weed podcasts because I done just tapped back into a few. The major ones, the mid majors, and the lower ones. You know what I'm saying? Them niggas got me on my game. I'm like, wait till I get my camera and shit back going. Cause they don't be they be talking about the same shit. But it's just crazy cause like the scale of other weed channels usually be like big, right?
I know that shit gonna be hard to see, but
It is, but we can see it.
one thing I wanted to do real quick, man, just I wanted to shout out
Ten,
one of our
10.
Stone and Streaming family members. This is some trees from Con Buffalino. This was the kosher buffalo. So yeah, it broke me off, man. He had gave me a little bit of, he had gave me some baseline, some Gary Coleman, some Predator Pink, the Dr. Grape, and the kosher buffalo. And it was true to the movement birthday. And I didn't even know that. But he had hit me up, was like, pull up. So shit, I just had brought everything except for this kosher buffalo. We sat over there, we smoked it all. We smoked a couple other things too, you know what I'm saying? Did a few dabs. I think there was a Jeter in the air.
Cheater.
Nice festivities.
Cheater.
But yeah, man. Shout out to Con Buffalo. Buffalese. Um, it was cool. It's cool.
He said, it was cool.
It was cool, man. It was a nice little shindig, man. We just sat over there and smoked. We got high. Had some good ass food, man. I know I'm about to sound like a nigga, man, but they had some fire ass cornbread over there.
Mm-mm.
You know the good cornbread where, hey man, I don't need butter beans, I don't need collard green, I don't just give me the cornbread. Kind of just a little sweet, maybe got like some honey on it, honey in it, some shit like that. But it was pretty damn good. Pretty damn good, man. What you got lined up for topics today, man? You got any good topics?
I thought you brought the topics today about the weed.
I thought
And
I
that's
was
our
bringing
first
the
topic: weed.
weed.
It's not just for kids anymore. Hey, it was never for kids.
Yeah, man. That shit's crazy over here, man. Man, I do have a couple of topics, man, I would like to get into. Um, and shit, man, I just want to shout out anybody that's in the Midwest right now. You know, I never really lived in the Midwest or nothing like that, but I always thought Nelly was cool. Nelly was dope. But even better than Nelly, I used to like Pretty Willie. That was my nigga. But Detroit opens its second application period for cannabis retail licenses on August 1st. So some people may feel like that's the North, but I'm pretty sure Detroit, they classify themselves as the Midwest. You know what I'm saying? So it's the Midwest, the
Where's
Midwest
Detroit?
border.
Where's Detroit at?
Michigan, you would call it, I would say anything past Pennsylvania. Pennsylvania is where the Midwest kind of start. Like, that's how I think about it. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like anything past us is the West because we the gateway to the West. So, like, if you coming on the other side of us, that's the West. That's what that arch signifies, right? That's what they say anyway. They call us the gateway to the West. So, like, I think anything that's aligned with us, North and South, is the Midwest. I think the Midwest is really small. Like, you know what I mean? Like, the Midwest is only like fucking 4 states, 5 states, some shit like that. It's really
Now,
small to me.
now, well, I mean, you got shit like Kentucky. You know what I'm saying? Some niggas will say that's the South, but some niggas will say, hey, that's the Midwest. That's like Indiana. You know what I'm saying? That's definitely the Midwest. You know what I'm saying? Missouri. They should just change our state name to St. Louis. I think that'll be tight.
Nah,
But
man. Cause let me tell you what I do hate. Cause I actually live in St. Louis. I hate when I'm watching other people make videos and they be like, "Yeah, I'm out of St. Louis, but no, nigga, you in St. Charles. No, you in Herculaneum. No, you're in like you ain't even in St. Louis. You got motherfuckers that's not even from
Herculaneum.
here. Yeah, you got motherfuckers that ain't even from here. Like thinking that they motherfuckers in St. Louis. You be like, that nigga ain't in St. Louis. That motherfucker is he's in a part where there is no worry. So they definitely should not change Missouri to St. Louis because we ain't even the biggest. We not even. It's shit way bigger than us in Missouri. Rather, we just popular.
But I'm just saying, when I think of Missouri, that's what I think of.
Yeah, and that's why
Maybe
most
that's
people.
not fair to the rest of Missouri,
It's really
but
not.
Missouri, I just don't like that name anyway. I like the name St. Louis better. Welcome to St. Louis.
Righteous, did you see
Where's
Piff's
St. Louis in?
baseline?
All of this is St. Louis.
Did you see Piff's baseline?
Yeah, he sent me a video.
I'm just asking because he asking. Tri-state small, yeah. I would be like Midwest is kind of like a tri-state thing for real. Because anything out there tri-state area is gonna be probably south or north or
So
east
you
or
wouldn't
west.
consider Michigan the Midwest?
Barely.
That nigga said barely. What about
Tri-state area.
Arkansas?
We order they south. We
That's the
we
South?
Arkansas, yeah.
Nah.
Yeah.
No, 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 no. I don't
I don't
believe
know. I don't care what you believe. If we got other motherfuckers, if we got other motherfuckers
it.
from Saint, look, this is what you gotta understand. When you say Midwest, that
Is Kansas? Hold
literally
on. Is Kansas the Midwest?
like barely. I gotta see my map to see
Oklahoma.
what the tri-state area is. They ain't got no choice, yeah, unfortunately. Certain
Oklahoma is
places,
the Midwest.
Yeah, cause like it's more
Hold,
going west. It's going more going west than it is going back east because of where we located at. Cause the shit get bigger. The shit get bigger going back west. Like I had to see a map.
hey, look, that's what I pulled up right now because I
Look,
could not
Arkansas.
get it.
Look. Arkansas, the dirty south.
Hey, see, that's what I'm saying. I was saying Arkansas might be
No,
that.
no, no.
See, Arkansas is look. Arkansas is right next to Oklahoma and right under Missouri. So the shit got to be the Midwest.
Nah,
Because you
it's a
just said
cutoff though.
Oklahoma is the
But
Midwest.
listen. Is Oklahoma under Missouri?
Yeah, directly under Missouri.
Yeah, it is south. Then anything under us is the south.
Oh, okay. Y'all the Mason Dixon line.
Yeah, we are the mid nigga. We are the Midwest, nigga.
Yeah.
We are literally the Midwest. I keep trying
So
to tell you that.
Iowa, what about Iowa?
I gotta look at a map, bro. My geography is not well. I had to look at a
It,
map.
Iowa right on the top of Missouri.
Bro, told you I gotta look at a map. They might be the north. Where are they located in terms of Chicago? You know what I mean? Like Chicago Midwest too.
They right above y'all and right next to Illinois. And then on top of that is
Then yeah,
Minnesota.
if they in that
And next to that
tri-state,
is okay.
if they in that tri-state area, yeah.
So y'all call Minnesota and Wisconsin the North.
Nigga, I would have to, bruh. I keep trying to tell you, my shit. You not finna box me into no motherfucking thing like that. Not looking at no map, nigga. My geography is terrible. What I could tell you is this. What I can tell you is this. Arkansas is gonna be considered the South, nigga. Chicago, St. Louis, Detroit, all of that shit is gonna be considered the Midwest. If you start getting up into North Dakota and South Dakota, all of that shit is like the North, nigga. That ain't Midwest. You start going to like Arkansas, Alabama, all of that shit, that's the South. You know what I'm saying? Anything on the other side of Chicago going back towards the east is the east. It ain't no more Midwest on the other side of Chicago. You gotta
So
think.
Ohio.
We
So
we in the middle. We in
anything
the middle. We in the middle of the map, right?
someone said anything after Ohio. That was someone said.
That's what Piff said. Mason Dixon line. Get it? And the people ain't liking this. It's only 9 motherfuckers. They like, look, we didn't come here for a geography lesson. It's
No,
9
no.
motherfuckers
This is
here.
important, and the reason why, because I was gonna say shout out to the Midwest. Detroit regulators will open an application window starting August 1st for the second round of cannabis retail licensing in Michigan's largest city. The city plans to issue 30 retail licenses, 10 micro business licenses, and 10 consumption lounge licenses for the Detroit Free Press reported. Now, one of the things that I think that is very interesting,
What's
or one of the
interesting?
things that we talk about is shit, man, you can smoke, but really ain't nowhere to like go and smoke and just hang out at where it's actually like legal. You know what I mean? You
Yeah.
can go to the park or some shit like that, but we talking about like an actual physical structure. So they're about to have 10 consumption lounges. Now I wonder if consumption by that do they only mean like edibles, like restaurants, or is this
And
like actually a place you'll be able to smoke?
that's the $1 million question because if recreational weed is legal, and let's just say you have a house that you rented out and you don't supply anybody with any weed, you just charge motherfuckers to come to your arcade. But in your arcade you can smoke weed. So would that be a consumption lounge or would that just be you on personal property, right? So you can smoke weed just like you don't need no license to smoke weed personally anywhere, right? So that's the thing that I be wondering about. Cause that's what I want to do. That's my thing. I want to fuck with an arcade where you can smoke weed. I actually want to just put that shit in a house and rent the fucking house out. You know what I'm saying? Like for days and hours and times. Maybe even a Airbnb, but not really. I just want to have that motherfucker open, membership style, right? And you don't even pay to get in, membership style, and we open. You come in, play video games, and smoke your tree. So what's the difference between that, which is my whole question? What's the difference between that and a fucking consumption lounge? What would be the difference?
Well, honestly, I don't know. You know, shit, I can Google what a consumption lounge. Let's see if they even got one in Arizona.
Cause we just got our shit pumping now to where they're getting ready to go into our micro licenses and shit like that. So you know me, I'm always trying to move in a gray area. So I do need to know what separates these things in terms of verbiage and terms. Because ultimately, I would just like to charge, again, a monthly fee, a reoccurring monthly fee, and you come here and we got business hours and it's open a certain amount of time, but we don't even take no money in the spot where we at. It ain't no money there because you already paid because it's reoccurring, right? You just hang out and get blowed. Okay, so a consumption lounge, you actually selling tree, and okay, it's like the Carter, nigga. You buy that shit and then you go beam up. Okay, so if you don't supply the flower to buy, then I guess it's not considered a consumption now lounge. Write it down. Write this shit down.
Yeah, yeah, that's nice. That's nice. What I'm actually over here stuck high as hell looking at is
It's what, motherfucker?
is there actually consumption lounges here where
And
I'm at?
it is, ain't it?
Yeah,
And you
appears to
never
be.
knew about it.
Appears to be.
Now, the $1 million question is, how do you pay? Do you pay? Cause see, my shit, I don't even want to have no cash on the premises, right? Like no cash on the premises. So
Man, I
I
think
want
you got to have some cash, but I think the way it
to.
works,
Mm-mm.
the way it's gotta work, man, it's gotta be one that you gotta have a nigga just behind the steel door. Like,
Nah, my thing is this,
you
just
know,
so we not.
you have vending machines out front and you have a nigga with the bags behind the door. Hey, it ain't no looking at this shit, nigga. Or hey, maybe we put it on a TV monitor. You see it? These are today's choices, nigga. Bag A, bag B. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
Otherwise, take your ass in there and smoke what you brought and play some
hell
fucking
yeah,
video games.
we ain't selling nothing. You bringing your own bud and you just allowed to smoke. And like I said, it's gonna be a fee, a monthly fee that's reoccurring. We ain't got no money here, so don't even come here trying to rob nobody because ain't no money. You know what I'm saying? Motherfucker pay on the internet, nigga. It ain't no money involved in this bitch. Ain't nobody gonna be bringing over I say like a half ounce. You know what I'm saying? So it ain't no real weight in this motherfucker. So it ain't no reason for nobody to come and rob this bitch. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no reason, right? We just in this motherfucker getting high, playing the game. And that's really the whole point. That's why I want to take money online through the website, take the payment, and that way, you get a number or some type of identifier or something. You know what I'm
You know
saying?
what, guys? I'm about to make a digital lounge. After seeing Sci-Fi Gibson say $50 to $100 club fee, yep, man, you guys come on over to Righteous's Ghetto Lounge.
Digital.
Where everything's ghetto. Every blunt comes with a hole in it.
Yeah, pretty much something like that. Just a, you know, ain't no money in here. We just kicking it and having fun. You know what I'm saying? That's the point I'm trying to get across. It's very hard to say no guns and think
That's it. Yeah,
a
that's what I was
motherfucker
going to
don't
say.
have
Because
no
you're going to have
gun.
to have security. You're going to have now you're involving employees and all kind of shit.
See, that's what I'm saying. I don't want nothing that heavy yet. Yet. You see what I mean? Nothing that heavy.
I mean, I think the biggest thing that you could put on your membership is, hey man, anything that fucking happens to you, you know what I'm saying? On these premises, that's on your ass. You know what I'm saying? But I thought that was pretty cool for Detroit. You know, so if any of y'all out there in Michigan or any other places in the Midwest, you know, you may be able to find a way to get in on that some type of way.
Got to get in some type of way, huh?
Correct, correct, correct.
Yeah. I wonder. We ain't, you know what? We don't have any weed delivery services here yet, or maybe we do, and I just don't know about them because I don't pay for weed like that. Oh shit!
Yeah, man, it's very interesting, man. They got a company right now that pretty much is sourcing ingredients from different people in the community, or sourcing flour, should I say. And pretty much what they are doing is they making Turkish delights, which I
What is
don't
it?
know if you ever read that book, The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, or seen that movie, but it was a particular type of sweet, confectionery sweet that was made. So they're making it and infusing it, which is pretty interesting.
It
Uh,
is
and then they
interesting.
have like occasional guest chefs that come in and create, you know, a particular uh, a particular selection that's based off of homegrown flavors infused with single strain rosin from flower grown on Rose's farm in Penn Valley, California. So I thought that shit was pretty interesting. Only because I had recognized that Turkish delight shit, and these motherfuckers got 300 plants, and they said they yield about 500 pounds of dry cannabis. So that does lead into one of the questions that we have today. What is considered to be a large yield? I'll let you go first, brother.
I don't even know. I think that shit is relative to what you got going on in your space. I always wonder that shit because they always like, even as a motherfucker that made genetics, you always see shit that say large yielding, heavy yielding plant, and then they'll try to break that shit down like, if you're in a 2 gallon pot, you should get this much, however. And it just made me wonder, like, what the fuck is like a large yielding plant? And I think that's relative to how long your veg is and how much you train that motherfucker and all kind of shit, right? Now I can't say something got big, something would have big nugs, right? To where you would be like, okay, this is a pretty good, this should be a pretty good yielder because when I grew it in house, the nug structure was pretty big, like that Blue Magic, right? That's got very large nug structure and solid. Now, in terms of everything else that I've grown, that's probably yielded more than any of the other plants that I had consistently so far. Like any fucking thing, that's like the heaviest thing I created. So if y'all got some of that shit, y'all lucky. But that's some of the heaviest shit I created. Um, But I judge that against everything else. Like if you grown anything from ethos, you already know ethos always has some big ass yield and shit, right? Because it just is larger comparatively to everything else. But I would never say like, oh man, you should get 2 ounces off of one plant. Well, shit, that depend on when you went in the flower. You know what I'm saying? It depends on how big the plant was. There's a lot of variables to that type of shit.
Man, that's true. We got a couple comments in the chat. El Mando says Big Bud back in the days was crossed into a lot of strains for density. You have
I
any
think I think
comments about
cookies do that
that?
now. Cookies do that now. You know what I'm saying? Cookies is what got crossed into everything. That whole line, gelato, all of that, that got crossed into everything for the solidness. Now I think again, it's just like that Blue Magic, the Lilac Diesel BX3 half was big, but it wasn't solid. But the high octane half was very fucking solid, but it was small. So it ended up mixing together fucking perfectly, right? Bigger buds that were solid. And ethos shit don't be particularly super duper frosty. Everything that I've grown, it ain't super frosty. It's big though. That should be big. That OKC, what's that OKC ethos? I had a frosty one of them. I ain't gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. Black G done had probably most of the frostiest shit that I done used, like the wood mine. Out of the big boy companies, even out of the symbiotic genetics and shit that I had. But other people that had shit that get way bigger and the structure has been way better and shit like that. Did Ethos produce that punch? I don't even know what punch. I got my banana punch from Symbiotic. And I forgot who gave somebody gave me purple punch that came from Symbiotic, but I forgot who it was.
I know who it was.
Who was it? Indoor, not that much unless
Ben Dasley probably.
you have space. Yeah, probably was. Yeah, it's amazing. Again, for me personally, and this shock a lot of people when I say this. If I got a 3 gallon pot, the goal for me, no matter how the shit look, or oh my god, it's so big or whatever. Hey man, usually it's 2 ounces a plant is what I shoot for. A lot of times I don't hit that shit. Sometimes I go over. But a lot of what I get depends on how I train. I don't never really grow well, I gotta be honest, all them blue magics that I just had got chopped down, which one was 3 ounces. I didn't train any of them. That's just how they grew.
Quick question. El Mando says he mean cough like chest punch. Did the Eastos have uh, a good buck, if you will?
Oh, you know what? I found that for me, ethos was more about the flavor, the terps. A lot of his shit, everything I grew from him that I smoked was pretty smooth. That Garcia, that Cherry Garcia was smooth. Even the OKC was smooth. Nothing was really super duper strong from ethos that I smoked. But it's all very terpy. I will say that. His shit is pretty flavorful and big. That if anybody asks me like, what are a couple words to describe ethos. This is growth style. I would be like large buds, good terps. If his shit is named orange something, that shit gonna taste orange. If it's named cherry something, yeah, I actually just got through growing that big ass. I grew the BX3 actually, El Mando, big ass buds too, and that shit actually tasted cherry. That's one thing I can say. His shit tastes like it tastes like what the name is usually, which is cool.
Now, let me get your opinion on this, because I don't know how much you ever smoked, but it's two weeds that I found that I don't really like. And the strange, because the Jeters, they got, them
Cheater.
bitches are artificial, but I don't like strawberry strains. I don't like cherry strains. I also don't like blue strains neither. I don't know if that's just blueberry, because I can't really say that, because I've had some like good blueberry yum yum back in the day type shit. But just in general, I'm not a fan of those three flavor profiles, because I don't find the weed to be very strong. What say you? What say the chat?
About what? Cherry, blueberry, and what?
And strawberry.
Mmm.
Do you find those weeds to be a little bit on the weaker side? Not as potent, maybe just more. Maybe it's more a taste thing or what?
No, I've found that shit to be equally as potent to make me fucking go to sleep or whatever. Right? It's just to me, it's about what terpene you looking for, right? I think certain terpenes like that burnt rubber fuel that instantly makes you just because of how it smell and the senses, it instantly makes you feel already like more engulfed, if you will, in the smoke. You know what I mean? Just because it's almost like when you smoke that shit, when you smoke some shit that smell like that, that shit finna be it's finna knock you down because it usually always do. Um, cherry,
Old man Pip says, "Shit, the blueberry from my day and age was fire."
yeah.
Go ahead.
Cherry, blueberry. I mean, by itself, I don't think it's that strong, but I think it's crosses where people have crossed that shit in the shit, and you able to achieve that cherry flavor, right? And still have it pack a punch, especially if you're working with it. I've never had cherry. Have I had cherry pie? I had that cherry pie crossed with Temple Kush. That shit was terrible though. I ain't like it. I did not like that shit. But outside, I don't feel like that was a good representation of
But
cherry
see,
pie.
like I had that shit, I wasn't a big fan, and then I just had some other shit. The white cherry, did not like it at all. Like I've had a lot of different cherry strains. I feel like, and I feel like the overall consensus is I would rather have a cherry slushy. Pause.
Why you gotta pause? Cause you rather have a cherry slushy.
I've been watching It Is What It Is. Them niggas fire. Hey yo,
I have too, but there was nothing to pause on. Cherry slushy could be a slushy or a strain. That ain't nothing.
it's gonna be
I'd
safe
rather
out here.
I'd rather have a cherry slushy too. Those things are awesome. Blueberry slushy, yeah.
Man, that nigga hit that shit like Billy D. Williams. If Billy D was a nigga these days, boy, he'd be
Works
my guy.
works every time. But
Uh, as far as the
yeah,
yield and shit go, um, man, I think a lot of shit, man, like a lot of that shit is crazy because certain plants gonna grow better certain ways. So you might top the shit out of a plant, and that bitch not be a heavy yielder. When you don't top it, and that bitch be a heavier yielder. You might have one plant that you don't top, and the yield ain't shit. And you might have that same plant, and you top that bitch the right way, and that bitch yield way fucking better for you. So I think a lot of that shit, when people say heavy yielder, and people are um, using those standards, you know, how much light per meter squared and all this shit. I feel like a lot of that shit is based off of 1,000 watt HPS lights. You know what I mean? So I feel like when a motherfucker telling you what the yield is now, obviously the market has changed somewhat. You know what I mean?
Right,
But
right, right.
now what you see now is just heavy yielder, low yielder. Before you, what you used to see would be like, 300 grams per whatever square meter. You know what I'm saying? 752 grams. Whatever the fuck the number was. You know what I mean? So I just feel like now, because it's LED and the shit is less standardized, motherfuckers really can't give you a specific number because every LED is somewhat fucking different. You know what I mean? And every LED got different fucking lighting, technology components, colors, you know what I mean? Just shit like that. So I think a lot of that got to do with it, at least now, why motherfuckers can't really put like certain shit on there. But I do also feel like motherfuckers can't be as detailed as they once was because the lighting is not as standardized as it once was either.
Yeah, but at the same time, especially us being seed makers or producers, like I can tell you that the snowman is not gonna yield like blue magic just from growing it. Now, will I say that the blue magic is a great yielder? That's I think so, but I could tell you what yields better than what on my shit just because I've grown it, right? And it's just like that with everything. So like I know that CSI Humboldt. Hello, hello. What's some of the tastiest shit that I ever grew in blue? I'm looking for beans. Why didn't you clone it, Django? That's interesting. How many? Well, it's only four people in watching the shit, so I can't. I would say
So
how
ask
many,
that
but
question, man. Ask that question.
I
How many what?
wonder how many of y'all just clone everything, or how many of y'all just don't clone. Cause like I'm a nigga that clone everything. Like when I get some new shit, once it get big enough to clone, I clone it. So therefore, I can never say, "Oh man, I wish I had took a clone." Like I tend to clone everything, and then okay, if I don't want to keep it, I ain't. I'll either get a clone away, literally give the clone away, or I just like flower it out. But I clone everything just in case. Now, what
Yeah,
usually
man,
happens
that's dope.
is that shit dies that I really want. Most of the time, it seems like that shit die and don't make it. It's weird, but I clone everything. So
Yeah, man, my whole thing is that shit is most definitely not outside of people's capabilities for sure. But I could most definitely say I don't clone everything because man, a lot of times I be
you
running out of
already know.
space. I be running out of space like a motherfucker. You know what I mean? And even if I did find some space, that shit normally is gonna be some type of fucking inconvenience to my motherfucking life. Just
All
keeping
ever
the shit
need. I know
100.
you don't
So it's
clone.
like I be trying to stay within certain parameters, and a lot of times I get outside of myself and go even deeper than that. You know what I mean? But
Hmm.
shit, man, I try not to. You
We
know what I
waiting
mean?
on
I
you.
try to keep the shit reasonable.
We waiting on you to get set back up, buddy.
And
That's what
yeah,
we waiting on.
well,
At least a couple.
I'm making a commitment to be back up
Now
and
wait a
running by
minute.
the next show. By the
Is
next
this is
show.
this ain't no LeBron James committing to the dunk contest like he did that one year and then just never did it. This a real commitment, right?
No, no, no. I'll be back up. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, man. Yeah, man. It's hard to keep close, man. And Here's one of the things, man. A lot of motherfuckers, man, I commend people who move with their gear and,
Yeah,
you know, make a way for that shit, man. Me personally, man, I'm not trying to do all of that. I always find a good stopping point and then just ride it out. You know what I mean? That's kind of like my big thing. Find a good stopping point, ride that shit out,
I think it's some
figure out
people
what
like
you
me
ever
that
need to
like
do.
haven't moved since they started growing. So
That's very true.
just like if I had moved, I probably would be like you. I would just pick a stopping point and then just like stop because I really wouldn't want to be moving live plants. I would if I had to, but I wouldn't want to.
Yeah, you got some very
So
committed people. Me myself, man, I'm not gonna say I'm not committed. Like, well, I'm not that committed. I would rather just pop some beans. You see, when I get to where the fuck I'm going, you know what I'm saying? When I get situated, and
at the
that's that.
same time though, you ain't never really had like, oh man, I need this keeper pheno. So I gotta have this. I got like you don't really. It's only like one time I could think of where I really. It's like, oh, I gotta have this as a keeper. This is my keeper. Like you typically you just don't really have keepers anyway. Typically,
And it's not things I wouldn't consider keepers. Like, man, I wouldn't say, hey, man, I don't look back and be like, damn, I wish I had a clone of that. But it'd be like, my whole thing just be like, trust the process. You know what I mean? Cut clones of clones when you need clones. You know what I'm saying? Normally when I'm cutting clones, I find two or three. Let's say I got like 10 beans. You know what I'm saying? All of them make it. But shit, I'm gonna cut like clones off of like the best three or four that I like in veg. And guess what? If I miss out on flour, which is very possible, oh fucking well, because I'm pretty sure I'm still gonna have something else that I like. If that
hmm
makes any sense. So
it makes sense, but I just can't stand missing some shit that was so yeah, I told you I had like 50 clones that died, and it was a lot of this shit that I just got through like harvesting, and it really upset me because I had some really good phenos of Blue Magic that I wanted to keep. That was not like the pheno that I ended up keeping from the time from before. Right? It wasn't like that. I didn't get this motherfucking snowman that turned kind of pink. In the end, I didn't get that. You know what I mean? So it's like a lot of shit I didn't even like. A lot of shit I didn't guess. Why I immediately went back in and popped like four more snowman. I didn't have any more
what
blue
up, y'all?
magic.
Just talking
Okay.
about snowman again. What you saying?
Which I wish I wouldn't have named that shit the snowman because it's actually another snowman that's pretty fucking popular. So think like snowman and the Y or some shit is what make up Gary Payton. I think. So that's pretty fucked up. But I'm almost out of them seas anyway, so I really don't gotta do anything like that. Now you told me to watch they clone Tyrone, but I didn't. I started watching. I started doing some total opposite shit. I started watching man, which turned out to be great too. Good as a motherfucker. That Lakers show that's on HBO right now. Uh Showtime. Ooh, that shit great. That shit is great. But I'm almost done with the first season. And you know, I don't pay for services like that. I go to www.hd.
Whoa.
Well, you know, I don't fuck around like that. So like I just watch them on the World Wide Web. What up, Jai? On the World Wide Web.
There you go, buddy.
And yeah, they ain't got the second season up yet. I think they just started the second season. Other than that, I've been fucking with that Dragon Ball Z. I'm not Dragon Ball Z. I'm tripping. Bleach. I said Dragon Ball Z. Thousand Year Blood Curse. Part two. Only on third episode, but I fuck with that. So I don't even know how I ended up talking about that. I'm smoking. What am I smoking?
Dragon
Oh,
Ball.
shout out to No, I'm not smoking anyone's balls, but shout out to Spooky Tooth because he bought me some shit, a lot of shit. But
Shout
anyway,
out. Spooky
this is
too.
old Betsy. That's the name of it, but it tastes like cheese. Smell like cheese, very cheesy, and not the cheese you gave me, bro. But I mean the real, what I would, what I would consider actual. It's like cheesy, like that shit didn't actually taste like cheese. This shit,
The big booty cheese.
yeah, it did not smell like cheese. I mean, taste like cheese. But I don't think this got no cheese in it. I asked him though. I asked him. He really yeah. That's all he fuck with is old school shit. He always watching. He don't never really comment, but he be here. Also gave me some F1 Derbs crossed with free 98 Bubba. Ooh. Oh yeah, I'm supposed to have my shit scheduled in. Whoa. Supposed to have the surgery scheduled in a month, which is cool.
Nice. That's cool, man.
I thought about that when I was trying to adjust how the fuck I was sitting. Yeah, this is actually cool. This cheese taste is cool. I see why people liked it. But he didn't give me a whole lot of it, but enough of it to enjoy. I didn't need a lot of it anyway. I didn't need a lot of anything, so shout out to him. But them seeds was clutch because he also gave me some of my I-70 seeds back. Some popped them. So in reality, it'll probably ended up being about maybe about 6 weeks. They got to give me some type of test to make sure that all the nicotine's out of my system in like 3 weeks. Showtime. Did I say that already? This shit got me high though, because I think I already said that, and I'm saying it again. What's
Yep.
up, Kong?
Well, you called it bleachers too.
Bleachers. That's some different shit. That's a cartoon though. I think I was talking about high. Cause you was I was gonna watch that clone, but I'm tired of hearing about. Oh man, they cloned Jamie Foxx for real. Look at how he look now, and blah 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 blah.
Well, I mean, shit,
I
ain't no
don't even
telling what
care.
happened with the nigga, man. But
It
shit.
ain't, man. It really
I
ain't. But I
thought
don't
that
even
they
care.
called Tyrone movie, man. Man, I won't give none of it away,
Spoiler alert.
what, but what I will say is it had a very black exploitation vibe, comedically, but not super comedic. You know what I'm saying? It really felt like a modern day black exploitation movie
Hmm.
to a certain degree. That's pretty much all I say.
Yeah, it
Thought they did a
actually
good
do gotta
job.
be.
They did a good job taking an old classic and making it modern.
Well, I might have to watch it because I fuck with Black Dynamite, and that shit was my favorite modern black exploitation movie. But yes, the nicotine got to be removed from my system before surgery. So that was the whole point of me stopping smoking. Like, which it really only been like a week and a day or some shit like that.
Now, here's my thing. Call me ignorant, and I'd be glad to call myself that. But why is it, right, that
Uh huh.
you can't have nicotine in your system?
Cause it fucks up the blood flow. It's got
Gotcha.
it makes the blood like in terms of like blood flowing to the hip and shit. Cause like it's not like that with every surgery, but usually certain parts of your body for sure you can't have that shit in there for the blood flow. Like I just got put to sleep, El Mando, for some other shit, and they didn't say nothing about smoking. That's when I was smoking. But this shit, they was like, nah, you can't have no tobacco in your system. That's why I had said I can't use a patch, a vape, gum, none of that shit. They was like, you can't have no tobacco. Mac F2. Oh yeah, right on, right on, right on. KS drops your blood pressure. Yeah, see, these niggas is smart. What up, MGK? These niggas is all smart in here. They could tell you right there. They just told you right.
Nice. Hey, look, man, shit. That's why I asked.
Hey, it's amazing because like motherfuckers be knowing shit. You never know. Somebody in here be like, yeah, I'm a I'm a paramedic. You be like, damn, I never knew that.
Yeah, yeah. Man, I'm gonna tell you something else that's pretty dope. And this is the last thing I want to cover in the
You ain't gonna
cannabis
tell me
news.
shit. No,
In
I'm
the
sorry.
cannabis news sector, you job coolie. Black farmers in Florida issued medical cannabis licenses. Two
First of
black
all,
farmers, hold on. Two black farmers were issued medical cannabis licenses in Florida after a long dispute over the coveted cultivation, processing, and sales permits. I ain't gonna say these people's names. Received licenses from the Florida Health Department on July 11th, according to the news service of Florida. Both
hey,
farmers had to submit a $5 million bond before launching operations. The
take money
news
to make
service
money.
reported.
Take money to
Um,
make money.
Governor Ron DeSantis signed a bill into law in June, paving the way for
Oh,
marijuana licenses to be issued to the black farmers.
ain't that your
That
boy
move
DeSantos?
That meant that move brought to a conclusion a dispute dating to 1981.
Man, that's crazy, bruh. Like, nah, I can't talk. We can't do politics. It been split the world in half. We start talking about that shit. But man, the fucking race to the presidency type shit was just crazy. How motherfuckers ain't even saying shit, and just certain motherfuckers is just like, man, we gonna have two candidates that nobody wants again. It's crazy.
Oh,
Like, ain't nobody gonna want the Republican candidate, and ain't nobody gonna want the Democratic candidate going for presidency. Like, ain't nobody gonna want neither one of them motherfuckers.
we talking about DeSantis and who else? Biden?
Like, whoever, right? Like, it's gonna end up probably being a rematch, and it's probably gonna end up being like Biden against Trump again, which nobody wants, right? But it's so crazy because like everybody's gonna say that they didn't want that. But if everybody felt like that, why do we have that? That's what I be
Well, here's the
wondering.
thing that's so fucked up, man. Trump gonna have to run a hell of a run a hell of a campaign,
A
right?
trampoline. That's something
Yeah, I
new.
was
A
getting ready to
trampoline.
say it. I was gonna say trampoline, but yeah, man, a motherfucking campaign. He gonna have to run one hell of a campaign, and the reason why is because that motherfucker's so dinged up. But if there's one person who can do it, it's the Trumper Dumper.
I do
So
not have
I would
smokers
say
yet.
never count him out. You know what I'm saying? But I think what they gonna do, they're gonna try to find a way to make DeSantis beat Trump. You know what I'm saying? And then they feel
Hmm.
like Biden could beat DeSantis. No problem. You know what I'm saying? But we're gonna see what happens, man. Um, Oh, this is pretty interesting too, man. New York, okay, is farmers
Wait, wait,
market
wait, 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 wait,
cannabis
wait, wait,
sales.
wait. Can you hold that thought for 1 second? Hold that thought for 1 second, please. Piff, your motherfucking ass should write a book, cause you the like, and for real, hopefully he's better. You know what I'm saying? And he'll right, and he got maintain use of his hand and shit. I hope that's not no joke. But Piff, you done did and some amazing shit. Like I remember that time when you rode on your uncle and shit. Like, bro, you be doing some amazing shit. You need to have a book, nigga, or write something, right? Because you have very
Man,
interesting things happening.
I'm gonna tell you something else that's crazy, man. I spare read that shit. Go back and highlight his comment. I'm gonna tell you what I read. No bullshit. Save my little cuz life. His dumb ass gonna punch in front the window. So I'm just thinking this nigga's like in front of the window throwing punches because he can't go get wet in the fire hydrant. I'm like, what? And then it said cut every tendon. I said, whoa, shit, let me go back and reread this shit. And I'm like, God damn, that's fucked up. But that motherfucker Pip do be having some motherfucking amazing stories. He like Charlie Murphy,
Man, that's what
but
we
on
need. That's
he's
what we
like he's
need.
look, Pip like Charlie Murphy, but on Bull Malt Liquor.
Or King Cobra. That's what we need.
Slits.
We need a Charlie Murphy stories on this motherfucker.
Hell nah, man. Hey, but
Okay, go ahead.
this
You can
something that
finish your
this is the
story.
last thing I saw. This shit was pretty interesting. New York, okay, it's farmers market cannabis sales
Dope.
hundreds of retail licenses.
That's what
So they
everybody
approved
need.
more than 200 social equity retail licenses and a novel plan to allow growers to sell marijuanas at farmers markets and other venues beyond dispensaries.
Mm-hmm.
Damn, that's pretty fucking dope.
That's super dope. Like that's everybody. Every state should have that set up in their shit, or they should just leave
Well,
you
here's the
alone.
thing.
Leave you alone when you do it. Cause like if you got apple trees and you want to take your apples to the farmer market, you ain't gotta do anything to go to the fucking farmer market. So it should really be that way with
Well, I think
weed.
what's going to end up happening, right?
What's gonna end up happening?
I think that they going what's going to happen is the corporate cannabis motherfuckers is going to sue because they going to say they got to go through certain restrictions that the farmers market motherfuckers are not required to go through. And then if that is indeed the case, them niggas going to find a way to show up at these motherfucking farmers markets. They're going to buy a license from someone else and be in that motherfucker shutting shit down.
Well, what they're gonna do is they're gonna set a cap on the farmers market, like you can't sell or move more than X amount because it is a farmers market. I think that's how they're gonna offset that shit, right? Like you can go to the farmers market with no license, but you can't sell more than this. You can't sell more than a pound. You know what I mean? Within a certain amount of time. That is true. Oh shit. Witchcraft.
Did his comment say something about little people?
Who? Sci-fi or MGK?
Even sci-fi. The ghost stories for y'all little people.
I
Huh?
don't know. I mean, I'm short, but hopefully he wasn't calling me a little people. I'm not a midget.
And then Daniel said facts. Yeah, that's fucked up. But yeah,
Facts, you small motherfuckers.
man, that shit turned into Are You Afraid of the Dark?
Little people in
It's,
Connecticut. That's CT, right?
yeah. And I'm a CT bitches.
Little people in Connecticut. Huh. Yeah, like, look, I told you, dog, my geography is horrible. I don't even know where the fuck Connecticut is. I know it's back east just because of Yukon. So I know it's on the East Coast, but I can't tell your ass where. That shit be so little up in that motherfucker. All of them little bitty states smashed together on that East Coast, man. I don't know none of that shit. Them states be little on that East Coast, bro.
That shit is next to New York. Right of New York.
Well, that's what happens when you're old, El Mando. I listen to a lot of dead people too. A lot of cults. Lisa cult jam. That type of cult. Or
Oh shit.
I
Yeah,
don't really.
man.
See, if I had my shit together and I had like the right button to hit, it would have went to a cut scene or something from the '80s with that music. That's a lot of goddamn mails, but guess what, Django? I'm actually reversing strawberry frosted donut making films right now as we speak. So it won't be no more mails of strawberry frosted donut no more because we'll have
Strawberry.
fem seeds. We'll have fem seeds. I don't like hearing that. Yeah, I realize it's like a fresh strawberry and it's like a candy strawberry. It's like a rotten strawberry that ended up turning like strawberry pepper or shit, or strawberry. That shit weird.
Strawberry ginger snaps.
Yeah, something like that. The wrong turn from West. I was living up that last shit down.
Sci-fi says the Conjuring is here.
That don't. That don't sound good.
Hey, Virginia seemed like the type of place. If you make the wrong turn, you're gonna run into a group of settlers.
The Amish.
It could be a group of motherfucking settlers and shit, man. Shit crazy. But shout out to VA, man. Shout out to Hampton. You know what I'm saying? Richmond.
The
All the North
baseline.
South over there, man.
The baseline fire from you. The ghetto cakes is fire from Frosty, and Bubba Valley from Pilgor is fire. So your shit's stacking up. That's always good. That's all when I make something. That's always my concern. I always want my shit to at least stack up. Ain't necessarily got to be better than nobody else shit. I just needed to be able to be in the same arena and room, same court or field. You know what I'm saying? My shit got to be able to be on the same field, the same court. So it's always good to hear when it happens. You know what I mean? We
Hell
trying to
yeah.
breed starters, nigga. We not trying to make bench players, nigga. That ain't what we do.
Pip
And what I'm
says,
trying
nah,
to do.
West Virginia for real shit get bad. Man, you be up there with the motherfuckers who, I hear in West Virginia, they got a lot of, and I don't know if this is true, so excuse my ignorance, but I hear it may be some inbred people up there.
Customer service. Hey, customer service. You remember that shit, nigga? They say that shit all the time. My bad. I'm high. I know you said something, but I don't know what you said because I was high and reading. Great
Oh shit,
soil.
that's how they be having people, the inbred folks out there and shit. That
Ooh.
shit crazy. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
I watched some shit on fucking YouTube. They were talking about the inbred people out there. I
That's
don't
what
know if
you
you ever.
that's what you watch on YouTube. All the shit you could watch, that's what you watch. About inbred
Nah,
people.
it's just one nigga. He got a fire ass channel. I can't remember that nigga name, but he be having all kinds of niggas on his fucking channel. He in the
And
Appalachian
of
Mountains
course,
around that shit.
of course, Sister Soldier would make this comment. No, I'm just fucking with you there. But you do remind me of Sister Soldier though. Straight up. But that is true. No offense. You already know when somebody say no offense, it's gonna be offensive. Motherfucker be like, truthfully, oh, they lying. God damn it.
Yeah, you ain't never watched the video from Soft White Underbelly?
It sounds like something that I might. I think I have, but that's
Sounds like
funny.
something.
Yeah, I think I have, but I can't remember what I watched of that. That just
Man, he
sounds.
be having all kind of shit on there. He be having pimps on there, prostitutes,
Was
drug
there?
addicts,
I know. Was there? I'm trying to think who I
kidnappings.
watched somebody on there though. I watched. It was something relevant that I watched on there. I can't remember what I did, but they do exist, Piff. Yep, shit look like the Mazda commercial. Zoom, zoom. I don't know what you guys are talking about, but zoom, zoom.
Zoom, zoom, zoom.
Soft white, baby. Strawberry macaroni. Watch that, cause I've grown. Have I grown macaroni salad? I have not. That what? That was kind of leafy, wasn't it? Macaroni salad. I can't remember when you grew it. I can't remember.
Not really, no.
Okay,
It's
never
pretty
mind
nice.
then.
You remember I grew the macaroni salad next to shit. Next to the yeah, what's the name of that shit?
Mm-hmm.
It was a modified banana crust. It wasn't banana beignet. As a matter of fact, I grew that shit next to the cookies on Camelback.
That's
That
a
was
cross
banana
I
bro.
can't. That's a cross I made that I can't wait for the banana beignet times the cherry Garcia BX3. Man, man, man. I can't. Man. And I'm gonna
Hey
send you
man,
some seeds of that too. Like you got to grow some of them shits. You gotta.
hell yeah, man.
That's gonna be a good cross because that cherry Garcia got to grow big ass buds, man. And that shit translated well. It reminded me of Lilac Diesel BX3s. Like that's gonna be a good one. That's gonna be a one hell of a one. And I was I be again. I watch a lot of other people. I just thought about this shit too. I watch a lot of other people and shit. Right. I be wondering, do anybody I like? Does anybody else grow other breeders shit that's like not top of the line exclusive shit? Meaning like, well, I know Black G just grew my shit and used my shit, so I know he do it. You know what I'm saying? I just be wondering how many other breeders feel like it's actually legit good shit being bred versus, oh, I gotta go get the hottest fucking thing out so that I can use it and cross. You see what I mean?
Man, I think, man, like I said before, man, motherfuckers not only use what they have, but they also use what they like. You know what I'm saying? And if what you have is what you like, then that's what motherfuckers should use. So, like, I know there's been a couple people who bred with the banana beignet. First person to do it was Young You that I know of.
Nah, I'm saying a
And,
nigga like like a motherfucking Frosty or a nigga like a somebody like that. Like, do they actually buy other people's shit that's in the same arena as them, or you know what I'm saying? Versus, and he that was not to pick on him. I wasn't trying to just use him as an example. I'm just using like that, like versus getting the next thing so that you can get that in your stable. You see what I mean? Like, hey, I'm not gonna use like
what up,
like
guys?
me
In
and
the
you.
basement.
What up, Buzz in the basement? Like me and you, I like say I use your banana beignet instead of saying, "Oh man, I gotta go get this exclusive pink certs cut, right, and breed with that." You see what I mean? I believe in I believe that it's good out there in the gene pool right now. You see what I
I
mean?
believe the children
So
are our future.
they are. That's that as well. But I also think it's good shit out there on this mid tier level, right? And I think that's where the next super big shit gonna come from for real. I don't think it's gonna like man, it's gonna come from some unique shit. That's what's gonna have to happen, bro. Like, of course it's gonna get marketed, but it's gonna have to come from something really unique because everything is the same right now.
Man, you know how this shit gonna be, man. I mean, guess what, bro? Before Runts, it was niggas talking like this. You know what I'm saying? Before Gelato, it was niggas talking like this. Hey, man. Before Cookies, it was niggas talking like this.
Like,
Before
bro, I
OG,
got a bunch of
before OG, it was niggas talking
man.
like this. Hey, before Purple Train Wreck, it was niggas talking like that. I can't wait for the next thing. I'm tired of Purple Train Wreck. But guess what, man? It'll be something, man. It'll be something somebody pull out their back pocket that, hey, man, would either be renamed, rebranded, crossed, or potentially just back pocket. You know what I'm saying? Hey, man, maybe we'll get one of these F-35s that all these great longtime bidders be talking about. Hey, man, I ran my shit to 19th Avenue. Nigga, I don't give a fuck. This dude put up on that shit ran, nigga. God damn it. But that was just my whole thing. You
They
know,
say that permanent marker from JBZ go pretty hard.
some people say they like it, some people say they don't. I think what's getting ready to come back, if you really want my opinion,
I
the
do
good
want your
old,
opinion. What is it?
the good OGs is getting ready to come back.
Word.
I think that's what everybody's gonna start going back to and start looking for. Good ass OGs.
Word. I think so.
I'm talking about the good OGs that was running around. You know what I mean?
Yeah, again, I was blessed to bump into some people that was actually really for my research, because you got to do your research. For my research, really got some real deal like old school shit that I can kind of fuck with. Because I had been talking about using some old, crossing it back into some of the shit that I made that I like. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm gonna be doing this whole next year, coming up, especially after I get through with these C's and everything, because I should be going in like right at the end of these C's being made. Honestly, you know what I mean. I don't know how long. I probably ain't gonna be down that long, longer than a week. You know what I'm saying? I would imagine the way shit work now. I mean, then I can get to growing this shit out and starting to figure it out. I almost want to buy a C separator, but A, I don't have no money for that shit, and B, I don't
Hey,
think
quick question for you. Do you know what day your surgery is supposed to be on?
I don't. But I already thought about it. I'm gonna take my phone and be going live from the hospital, nigga. Live from the hospital, stoned and streaming.
Only this time I'm stoned on morphine.
I'm stoned. I'm gonna take my pen. I'm gonna take my pen. I'm gonna take my pen with me and go to the smoking section. Y'all said I could smoke afterwards, right? No, 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 no. This is just a vape. And it's my dad pen. It's my dad
nigga,
pen.
nigga, you gonna smoke and cough? Oh my god, nigga. Oh my god. You'll fuck around and tear a ligament. You
Mm.
not, man, get you a brown. Take you some brownies up there, bro. I think that's the best thing you can do because you like them fucking brown boys,
You actually
especially in a clutch.
I
Maybe
just
make you
made
like
some.
a chili. Make you a chili. Make you a thing of brownies. You know what I'm saying? Make you like some syrup. Put that shit in your little juice and shit.
In my Jew. What song? Or you talk if you talking to? I don't know what song. The intro, outro, which one? But yeah, that's a good idea. That's probably what I end up doing, actually. But the only way that I ain't gonna be able to do the show is like if it actually happens to be on a Tuesday. That would be funny too. Surgeon lady, listen. I do a podcast every Tuesday. Can you just click the button? I'm gonna give you my phone, but can you click the button on it, please? She'll be like, sir, if you don't shut the fuck up. Yeah.
She gonna be calling you Mr. Otis the whole time.
Otis? Yep.
Mr. Otis, come.
No, no, no,
What?
no, no. That's how I'm gonna answer her every time. No, 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 no.
Hell no. So, man, you was experimenting a little bit. I guess we could probably kind of close the show out on this. Just to, but you was experimenting on running your
Experiment.
plants a little bit longer. Is that true?
Oh yeah, I just cut that today.
Yeah,
That day.
can you kind of talk to the people a little bit about that? But that there.
It went today like 67. Just out of boredom. And I didn't really have to. I just it had to wait, and there wasn't no reason to cut it. It was a reason to cut it because I'm about to move some shit into that room now to get everything prepared. But what do you want me to say? What the differences or what? What am I talking about here? Because I haven't
I
smoked this
mean,
shit. It's still drying.
I know you
I
have
know.
some of it, but just like, was there any differences in what the plant did toward the end?
Structurally, he got more knobby. I don't really like that look, but it got more knobby. Not the bullshit foxtails, but just like I call them knuckles or whatever. But that was cool. Leaves got a little more darker. It faded to black more so than purple. That was pretty cool. But if I was doing what I usually do, I would have took all of that shit at 9 and dealt with it. But it's different. It wasn't no rush. I was trying to stretch that shit out because I'm not gonna have a harvest for a while. Because again, I still don't know how everything is getting ready to go. I just know that shit gonna start moving in a month. So,
Man, you know what's crazy about that shit, man?
but I don't know.
That month gonna be here before you know it. You know
Yeah,
what
I
I'm
already
saying?
know.
So that's the thing about that shit is,
That's why I ain't really doing shit because I already know that.
man, I just hope that shit go flawlessly and you have absolutely speedy recovery and
Well,
that
I
shit
gotta do
turn
it
their ass
twice, nigga.
into.
I gotta do it twice.
They can't
So,
just do them both at the same time.
nah, I don't think they're gonna do them both at the same time, bro.
That's some bullshit.
Or
That
I
hurt
think
my
they're gonna.
feelings.
Or I think
I
they're
was
gonna
just,
tell
man,
me
wouldn't it be nice if you just woke up and your ass was like
I'm
half
healed.
bionic, like your ass could like run and jump, like
My
you was
hips,
like
my
Bo
hips got
Jackson,
Bluetooth
Michael
connectivity.
Jordan, and Deion Sanders all combined.
You just wait till I connect my hips to this Bluetooth. I'm gonna show you something.
Man, we did used to talk about that shit, a Bluetooth hip. I can't remember what that shit was all about. But anyway,
I don't know
so
if they would. I don't think they would do the second one right away as the whole thing, right? Because
Django said, you gonna cough and end up with three hips.
I don't even know how that would be possible. Like a
Talk
Mortal
about
Kombat when you got
taking the
all the
dab
body
pen. Talk about
pieces.
taking the dab pen into the hospital. You gonna cough one time and end up with three hips.
Ah
That shit's
man, yeah,
hilarious.
I'm sure it's all types of fun shit I'm gonna feel. I don't know if they're gonna have the whole thing is my left side is fucked, but my right side ain't that bad. So they might be like, look, dog, you can hold on for X amount of years or whatever. This left side that was like, look, nigga, you need to get that shit now. Sad state.
Man, you know, hey, I got a question for you, right? Check
I
this
got an
out.
answer too.
Watch this shit. It's pretty. I just want to see what the answer gonna be. What would you say if someone made a movie where they were like hunting down, like let's say a city made being homeless illegal, right? And maybe them niggas don't get a whole bunch of homeless motherfuckers,
Surviving the
but then,
game with Ice
but,
T
hey, look, I knew you was gonna say that shit. Gonna remind you of surviving the game. Ain't it fucked
with
up? You couldn't make
Mason
that.
Conrad.
Look, you couldn't make that movie today. You know what I'm saying? That's what's funny about that shit.
Fuck no, you couldn't. Hey man, they pulled that nigga off the street because they wanted to kill him. Good old Mason. And that nigga smoked. They got him because he smoked too. That nigga stopped smoking in the movie though. That's what was funny about it. Midway through the movie, that nigga stopped smoking. But he used that shit to his advantage. I remember, I never forget that shit. He was putting cigarettes in a tree, lighting them shits, nigga confusing their ass. Hey boy, that was my shit, you know. And I grew up on TV and movies and shit like that. So, you know, I remember old Mason Conrad. Shit. And I and not to mention when he went and found all them heads in the drawers, man. Like all the same shit was going on in the movies that be going on now when motherfuckers be like, see, that shit be happening for real. Motherfuckers be woke or whatever. You know they didn't they just switch all the terms around.
Like The
If I hear
Simpsons.
matter of fact, if I hear woke one more time, man, I'm just gonna throw up. I'm just so tired. When you hear I just so tired of that shit. It don't even mean the same shit no more. The Simpsons, that shit
Hey,
been
well,
doing that
hey,
shit
look. The
since
reason
that.
why I won't don't mean the same shit. Look, man. Like I consider myself to be a center type nigga. Some niggas might be like, "Hey, man, you're on the left." Some niggas might be like, "Hey, man, you're on the right." But I consider myself in the center. You know what I'm saying, right? So I just be, and I also look at myself as not a part of this day bullshit. So I just be watching this shit sometimes, right? And I be like, damn, look at what these niggas done did. Look at what this nigga done said. Oh man, look what this nigga done got himself in the bed with over here. You know what I'm saying? Like aligned with. Hey yo, but yeah, man, I just be sitting here looking at this shit, man. So that should be funny as hell, man. The kind of like just games and shit that niggas would be fucking around playing and shit.
Two wings on the same fucking bird is what that politics shit is. That's why you need a three-party system so you can have a tiebreaker. But that
Yeah,
shit don't even matter. The fucking system don't even. Man, I ain't finna get into that shit. You know how I get.
yeah, man. But I just think that shit crazy. The Simpsons, they say that shit did predict a lot of shit.
Hell yeah, like man, they really did. Like they really did. Like they're not the only shit, but yeah, they consistent with this. Shit's crazy.
Saying like, you know what
It's
was a better
crazy,
movie than
and
The
I can't believe
Sandlot?
it's not butter, nigga.
Look, I'm gonna tell you what was a better movie than The Sandlot, and
Go
it's
ahead
just
now.
my opinion.
No, you can't.
Stand by Me. That was a fire ass movie back in the day.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I think it was a little better than The Sandlot.
Nigga, I like the Goonies, nigga.
Goonies is the top of the top. Nothing better than that when it comes to those type of kid movies.
I like the Goonies. That shit was dope.
Yeah, man. But shit, man.
You okay?
Man.
Just
You say you had just cut down the plant.
but you
You took
don't
it
be
today. What 67?
the boy. Yeah, yeah. Shit,
And you
same.
notice it was just a little bit knobbier.
Yeah. It was a little bit. I probably would notice something when I like cut the shit. Not cut it, but you know what I mean when I trim it. I wonder if it got. I wonder if it's gonna be different. Like if it's gonna dry down any different. I don't know. I don't feel like. I feel like if I was in a production, I haven't smoked the shit yet though. But I feel like if I was in a production schedule, I don't feel like I would have gained anything by particularly going over day 63. Like I feel like I really would have had the same pretty much. My color was a little better, but I feel like them extra 4 days. Now again, I didn't look at anything with a scope neither, but I don't feel like them extra 4 days would have been worth waiting if I was running some shit that needed to end at 63. You see what I mean?
You just okay, okay.
Silly. It was different. You know what I'm saying? But again, I don't know that I would have waited the extra 4 days if I had an operation running, or even if I needed it. You see what I mean? I'm sure it'll be different when I smoke it, but I don't. You know my thing. How is the difference gonna be worth it? And I don't think that it would have been. I think because I had three Blue Magics. One went at 7, one went at 8, and one went when this shit was done. Whatever day this was gonna be, 9 and some change. And the 7 and the 8 was pretty much. See, I couldn't even judge it because there was different phenos. That motherfucker set right now. The 7 was the best. That motherfucker was just so fucking fiery, and it yielded the better out of the two. The 7 and the 8 weeker. The 7 weeker ended up yielding better than the 8 weeker did.
Now check this out, right?
Check out what?
Before we do this roll call, which I'm gonna let you do the roll
Call
call,
a
'cause I ain't got no chat.
roll.
I don't got no chat.
Mm.
Last week you said you was giving away 2 boxes on the show. What happened? What's going on with the boxes, man? I want to enter.
You want to enter? It ain't for you. I don't got no money for the giveaway yet, so I gotta wait. I don't got no money for postage. Because when I give away something, I don't want to be like, I'm giving it away, but you just got to pay for shipping. That ain't giving it away, nigga. That's them paying for shipping.
Well, look,
Number
check this
one.
out.
What,
I
nigga?
pay. I pay for the shipping, nigga. I send you the money and you can ship it.
I don't believe you. No, I'm just fucking with you. Cool.
Now, I don't know if you want to do it because of the turnout, or maybe it's the niggas who here just kind of get what them niggas get. Yeah, so maybe the niggas, maybe excuse me, maybe the people, maybe the personnel who is here. You know what I mean,
It's like 9 pieces, same people. I didn't do my part, is what happened. I should have generated some more of whatever.
I think it's
Man.
enough people here. But you know, you gotta do that how you want to
Nah,
do
it's cool. You know what? You do it, cause man, I gotta go through.
it. Man,
Yeah, you do a drawing, or do figure it out,
I
right?
don't have a way to do that, man. I just said I would supply the shipping, man. I'm trying to do my part, man. You the one with the bots and all of that shit over there.
No, not really. Hold on. Yeah, giveaways. Whoops. That's not what I want to do. Well, talk while I'm trying to figure this shit out since you just not saying
Man,
something.
hey guys, man, this Negro over here, Otis, is
Uh-uh.
having Texas. I'm sorry, I shouldn't have said that.
Nah,
I
bro.
apologize.
Don't even do that, bro.
I apologize, man. I apologize.
You know what?
So,
I'll tell them to pick up. You know what? We'll do this very easily. It's 8 people. All we gotta do, I'm gonna type the number in this chat right here. It's 8 people, man, between fucking 1 to 10. Whoever picked the number win. That's how we'll do this shit. I ain't even gotta really
what if people pick the same
make
number?
that shit even hard. Then they both win. End of story. I ain't paying the shipping
Oh
you, or I'm
shit!
just supplying the
Damn.
boxes.
Okay, okay. The numbers coming in. They coming in. They coming in hot. They coming in. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it'd been nice if I would have actually
Damn, D line
type
got
of
how many
number.
numbers you got, D line?
Nope.
Damn, how many numbers y'all got? What the fuck is happening?
Yeah, guys, I haven't even put a number yet, but I see the flaw. I see the flaw in my theory now. That glad I didn't put a number yet. Like, you know what? We can't do it that way.
Oh
Definitely.
shit!
Good lord. I
Oh
see. I
shit!
see what happened with that.
Oh
I
shit!
see what happened with that. Okay.
Shit, great.
Hold on. Wait a minute. What we at? All right. We are live.
That was a lie,
Mm,
y'all.
huh. That's tight.
Oh man, look. Oh my god, man, the chat, man. These motherfuckers are savages. The chat. The chat is some savages. Look, man.
Nope.
Okay,
Hashtag.
there we go. Hashtag bot.
Hashtag box.
Okay. Come on now. Come on now.
I should at least be 8 entries.
Man, hey, look, man, I'm high as shit, man, on these fucking Jeters. I smoked a
Mm,
joint or two.
share
I'm
screen.
on, pretty much it. Think about smoking a bowl, but I still got me a little piece of joint right here on the right up.
Man, it's only 3 people that didn't enter hashtag
Hey, come
BOX.
on, y'all. Pound box. Pound box. Pause. Pause. Hey, yo.
Y'all should be able to see the screen, I would think.
Y'all got great odds, y'all. Pound box. And this is for what? Any box of your choosing? Oh,
Sure. Sure.
hit pound box, man. What up, Enos McKay? Pound box. Man, it's a great opportunity if it's a box you ain't got yet. Django hit 5.
Oh, hold
Pound
on.
box.
Hold
Hey,
on. I'll be right back.
some of y'all trying to throw each other off and shit. Y'all ain't friends. Hit a pound box. But yeah, man, I'm over here high as shit. That part I can't lie about, man. I think I'm past the point of medication. This shit right here is recreation. Shit, man. I got the stew set up a little bit, man. I gotta get the final pieces to the little puzzle, man. I had the studio set back there. I'm going through some old beats, man. I found a couple of heaters. I'm gonna add those. I'm gonna drop those to Chosen so that way we can play them on the show. A little bit of background music, you know. Man, pound box. I think whenever he come back, man, he probably gonna run it. So it's your last chance, man. If it's something that you didn't get that you wanted, pound box.
Found the box. What are you over here talking about?
On today's show, we got a great set of cutlery.
Uh,
5 knives, folks. 5 knives. You get your boning, your parent, your fillet knife. This one
Man,
right
look,
here, I call this one's daddy's knife. And then he also gets a butcher's knife. And if you order today for a limited time, we're throwing
man,
a second set
you
and
know,
a meat tenderizer. All for the low price of $2.99.
man, look, can y'all see this shit?
Here for Xbox.
Well, it's 6 people. Somebody about to win. I'm about to hit this fucking draw button here in a minute. Because at this point, everybody's trying to know how to
Damn.
follow directions.
Hey, that nigga Jacob put pound hips don't lie. Hey man, I say that shit now. $1 will be back.
Man, I'm not worried about none of that. It's 6 people. I'm about to hit the draw button. I done said, I done told yo what to fucking put. So, like, yo, I guess the rest of the other people don't want to join. So,
Hey
it is
man,
what.
make sure y'all hit the like button too, man. Make sure y'all hit the like button if you already hadn't hit that like button, man. Like and subscribe to the homie channel. Stone and String.
Uh,
Chosen.
everybody that it man, everybody is subscribed to watch this shit. I'm
That's
finna
right,
draw
man.
now.
Why was you in there? Oh shit, man. Chosen one that fucked up the drawing. Sci-fi Gibson wins again. Shout out to Sci-Fi.
I don't keep nobody information, so I think you gotta
Gotta reach
contact
out.
me again. Tell
Gotta
me what
reach out.
box you want. Boom.
Nice, man. Congratulations, Sci-Fi. Now we're gonna do. You said you was doing 2 boxes, right?
Bruh, it was 6 people. Nah, I'm not finna do another box for 6 people. We'll do another box next week. That ain't enough people.
All
It
right,
should have been.
y'all heard
It
it here
should have. It
first.
should have been. Look, straight up. It was 9 people. It should have been 9 entries. It was 9 people. It was 6. Man, look, I wait till it's more motherfuckers, or I do some shit in the comments of the video. But we need to wait till it's some more people, my guy.
Hey, man, I
It'd
fuck with
been
it,
different if
man.
everybody would have
Hey,
participated too.
man.
Like,
Hey,
right?
maybe
Hey,
you,
everybody was here.
maybe you make sure you go like and follow the homie on Instagram. Yeah,
Or, or
uh, and do something on your Instagram, bro. Ski. That'd be nice.
I mean,
Tag
again,
3 people type shit.
yeah, I ain't good at that shit. Again, you can do that shit because you got shit to give away too. Now, I'm just telling you
Sure is.
how I'm going to do it. I'm not
Gotcha.
I'm not stopping you from. I mean, shit. You got CC sitting over there. You got shit sitting
Morgan.
over there.
Morgan. Get this shit out, Morgan Freeman.
Mm-mm. I'm just saying.
I'm just saying, man, you said that shit last week, man. I just wanted to make sure that people got what the people said.
Yep, and I already told you, bro. I'm not finna do no more 5 nigga giveaway. You know what I'm saying now.
Y'all hear that? So y'all make sure y'all share this shit, man, so we can run these numbers up, man. So we continue to do these great giveaways.
And again, that don't stop you from giving away shit while I'm waiting on what I need to see. Especially since you already paying shipping on my shit that I'm giving away anyway. You give away your
Yeah,
shit.
man, I was trying to help play out, man. You doing the roll call or what, my guy?
We gotta get it Wi-Fi enabled first, Django. We'll worry about vibranium later. Yes, sci-fi hit me on Archie Seco on or man look RCCco on Instagram. You can go to chosenschoice.net and just leave a message. Okay. Roll call time.
Into the future. Rather have your blood on my hands than my head on my pants. Will you be ready? I ain't going when they come for
Shout out to D-Line for coming through.
I'm fully loaded.
Shout out to Sci-Fi.
When they come for
Buzz in the basement from the same hood, obviously, the same state, hometown. Fifth 1000.
it ain't no way to deny it.
Right on, bro. Usually you be on the road, you actually got a chance to enjoy the shit.
You gon' do
Lebanita, right on for coming through this week. Hopefully everything worked out last week with I think it was your nephew and like back to school. So hopefully all of that shit worked out. I said D-Line, Sci-Fi, Buzz in the basement, Django, El Mando. Hey man, where the fuck is Former at? What's up, Enos?
And where the Chris Hawk is at, man?
Where the fuck is Former? Where is Chris? What up, Kong? Obviously, but hey, yeah, Debo ain't here. What the fuck's going on? He probably got some shit going on. Grandson, okay.
You know the life went up.
Yeah, I think that's everybody. I know I said Django who been fucking with me.
You said MGK? MGK came through a little earlier too.
Hell yeah, MGK. Shout out to my guy.
I'm trying to remember.
That ain't good.
Buzz in the basement, like you said, Buzz in the basement.
Hell yeah.
That was the last thing I could see in my chat. Otherwise, I would have did it.
Meniscus. That's not good. I know that motherfucker hurt. I think that's it. I'm not scared. I think there's nothing left to do. Guys, there's nothing left to do. But get out these goddamn umbrellas. I'm just hypnotized by this beat.
I'm not scared. I'm not scared. I'm not scared. I'm not scared. Rain. Every time you see the boy, got a brand new strength. And the shit so Waco. Flame. Put your ass in a ditch. Saddam El Hussein. Two things that a nigga know. Pot the beans, let the shit grow. Green like that mean go. That mean go. Two things that a nigga know. Pot the beans, let the shit grow. Green like that mean go. That mean go. That mango. Beat the game. Check the lingo. Nigga, how far would the green take you? As far as you go. That mango. Beat the game. Check the lingo. Nigga, how far would the green take you? As far as you go. It ain't no game. All of these niggas, they looking for game. Lining they pockets, they flooding they pockets, they lining they pockets with all of this change. Shit ain't no game. All of these niggas, they do it for game. But one thing won't change, it will remain the same. None of these niggas will ever reign. All these hundreds in this bitch is gone. Tommy gun, honey bun, it's gone. Hope you brought your umbrella, it's gone. And we gon' cause it's gon' all these hundreds in this bitch is gon' Tommy gun, honey bun, it's gon' hope you brought your umbrella, it's gon' and we gon' cause it's gon' all these hundreds and this bitches gon' Tommy gun, 100 bun, it's gon' hope you brought your umbrella, it's gon' and we gon' cause it's gon'